Hey guys, what's going on? Third Street Reactions here. We're back. I'm Shane.
Zach.
We're back with the Clone Wars. We're watching in chronological order. Zach, last episode we had a clone trooper. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, he fucking cracked.
Something cracked.
Order 66 is bleeding through.
Do you remember what he was saying?
A good soldier follows orders,
Yeah,
right?
good soldiers follow. I can't do the accent very
Yeah,
well.
I don't know, but he fucking shot that one flowy-haired chick.
Yeah,
her sister was like, oh.
I think the biggest question out of that whole episode was, first of all, taking twins from parents. I feel like if I was parents, that'd be very hard for you to convince me that...
We had the discussion because it was like, well, is there connection to the Force because of both of them? Because they're even together, they're serving. Someone would have had to have taken them on. I mean, they weren't separated in the order to not know they were siblings, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, would they feel more attachment?
Unless they were like you said, because at some point you can find out about your parents, right? Because Dooku found out about his fucking parents.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be in the order after all.
Yeah. How much money? Right?
Sorry, gentlemen.
As you can surmise, we're probably kind of exploring that a little bit. I think it's a pretty interesting storyline, but we actually had a pretty intense scene where the Separatists invaded that cruiser that was transporting that clone, and they got him back.
And they killed all his other clones.
Yeah, we actually had one clone we were following for a while, and he was like hiding,
and then he gets fucking
killed. He gets killed, yeah. We've already seen some pretty dark episodes in the Clone Wars past, season 3.
But, there's more stuff coming up.
After this, we have one more part season, and this is kind of like a half season too. So, anyways, guys, before we jump in, if you want to support us, first of all, happy Halloween. Check out our Ahsoka series, and you can go to our Patreon to watch the full-length uncut reaction to this and all the things that we do. Let's jump in.
The wise benefit from a second opinion.
Yeah. They're wise, they will want a second opinion.
You've served with Top?
Yes.
You must come with me.
I can't just abandon him now.
Do not be afraid. Your friend is in quite capable hands. Dr. Nala Say is the chief medical scientist on Kamino. She was one of the primary engineers of all the clones. Now we must take care of you.
There's nothing wrong with me, General. I'm perfectly fine.
We can't be sure of that until we've completed a full exam. If a virus was the cause of Top's breakdown, you have more than likely been exposed to the contagion. Any information we can gather from you could help to find a cure for Top.
All right, General. If it'll help Top.
Captain Rex, General Skywalker has ordered you back to the war zone. You are to leave immediately.
Take care of yourself.
I mean, Rex?
And Top.
You think they want to quarantine his ass?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Administer the stimulant.
Pulp Fiction, this shit.
Remove his mask.
What are they doing to Top? Remain calm. Out of my way. Oh, please return to the examination.
His reactions are normal.
What's going on? General! General! No.
Please return to the examination table.
Come on!
Remain calm.
His reaction will subside. The patient must be awake for the next round of tests.
I am not fond of these hyper tests.
The subject has tested negative on all accounts. This clone seems to be in perfect health.
We must be missing something. Is he conscious?
Follow orders. Killed it!
Are you finished with your tests?
For now,
Sedate him. It appears this clone has orders to kill a Jedi. Perhaps the Separatists found a way to brainwash him.
Look, is Top gonna be all right? Have they found anything out?
Please, sit down. We need to complete more procedures on you. Sorry.
Why?
Ow! Hey!
I said I was sorry. You must understand, organic beings are so much harder to analyze than droids. Everything seems normal.
Oh, great. Well, that means they can let me out.
You must remain quarantined until we have pinpointed the exact cause of the other clone's breakdown. We cannot risk any further casualties.
You're just a droid. You don't know about real duty. About what it's like to have a brother.
I am sorry. I always wanted to have human feelings. But I do not. Goodbye.
What the hell was that?
maybe whatever is causing his aggression is psychological. The other clone has yet to display any symptoms.
I need an answer now. This isn't just a physical manifestation of psychosis. You must have missed something.
Might I suggest a second brain scan? An atomic level brain scan?
The only way to discover what has happened to this clone is to terminate him and do a full-scale autopsy on the molecular level.
I do not believe this is a physical ailment, but a mental condition caused by possible separatist brainwashing.
I do not agree. This is a virus of some kind. I am in charge of this examination.
Since the Republic and the Jedi commissioned the clones, it is our responsibility to oversee their care.
Every clone and their genetic makeup is property of the Kaminoan government, but as to the fate of this clone, I will speak to our Prime Minister.
And I will advise the Jedi Council on the atomic brain scan and see how they would like to proceed.
Do you think they're in on it?
The doctor?
Yeah.
It sounds like she's trying to fucking stonewall him.
What is a tup?
Tup is my friend. He's not a number.
Yes, he is. My number is AZ3452189624649872137. His number is CT5385.
No clone uses that number. Not anymore.
But you are a number. CT5555.
No, call me Fives.
But 5 is a number.
No, not 5. Fives.
The difference is minimal.
Not to me. And not to any clone.
I think their pursuit for agency is always cool.
It appears there has been a preemptive execution of Clone Protocol 66. I recommend we terminate the clone and do a full autopsy to discover how the inhibitor chip was activated.
And what of the Jedi?
She has gone to the Jedi Council to seek their approval before proceeding.
We must contact Lord Tyrannus.
It's cool they actually use the name.
Yeah.
Normally all you ever hear is Dooku.
Yeah, he's got the coolest Sith name.
Why not?
How widespread is the problem?
It seems to be an isolated incident. We need to terminate the clone as soon as possible in order to extract and analyze the inhibitor chip that you provided to us.
Terminate the clone immediately.
What if the Jedi ask for the chip and the results of the autopsy?
You must remember, the chip is a safeguard against betrayal from rogue Jedi. Master Sifo Dyas was the only Jedi who knew of this. But with his passing, we alone know of this secret, and you must keep it that way.
Yes, Lord Tyrannus. These Jedi are a curious cult.
Too spiritual for my taste. I will terminate the clone immediately.
The Kaminoans have suggested that we terminate the clone. I believe this solution is ill-advised. My belief is that Tup has been brainwashed by the Separatists using some new process we do not yet understand.
How could that be possible?
General Skywalker reported Tup missing on Ringovinda, but after 5 rotations, he turned up again. That event preceded this episode.
We must find the truth behind this situation, or we could find many more clones turned against us.
I would like to implement a level 5 atomic brain scan.
And what do the Kaminoans think of that?
They feel Tup is so weak, the level 5 atomic brain scan would damage his neural tissue. Their approach would be to terminate him, thus leaving the brain fully intact for the autopsy.
Okay.
Bring Clone Trooper Tup back to the Jedi Temple.
Yes, Master. I'll bring him back immediately.
That guy on the right.
Yeah, the fucking eyes.
He wasn't in Revenge of the Sith.
No, he wasn't.
He must have been killed before or something.
He risks his life every day.
I recommended an atomic brain scan, but that request has thus far been denied.
Then we have to get the results of that brain scan ourselves.
But that is against protocol.
It's your duty to save the patient, right?
That is correct.
So, by not performing this scan, you're letting the patient die willingly.
Impossible. That is against my programming. I cannot perform the atomic brain scan without disobeying orders.
Check your programming.
I thought saving the patient at all costs.
Yeah, you're right.
Fundamentally.
Your highest order.
You are correct.
Right.
Then let's get to it.
Right.
Quickly.
Motherfuckers are like 8 feet from you.
I know, right? I kind of like their armor.
That's what I said earlier, the gray and the white.
I thought you were talking about like the hallway.
No! What the fuck would I?
Been there for 20 years. I just didn't say anything. I was like, oh, cool.
Everything appears to be normal. Wait a second. It appears this clone has developed a tumor.
Is that even possible?
I have never witnessed anything like this in your kind.
What is it?
I cannot be sure without a biopsy.
You're gonna take it out of him.
You're a fucking trained warrior.
What was that?
Do you think anybody heard that?
Looks like they're playing Hot Hands.
That somebody heard that is fine, yes.
What the fuck? Where are you gonna hide?
Hello, Doctor.
What do you think you're doing?
I was only following protocol.
You never really see their feet very much.
Doctor, I have found something unusual in this scan. It appears to be a tumor. Perhaps you should take a look.
You performed a second scan without my authorization?
I was following my programming.
Then you are like this clone. Defective. You will be put on report for deactivation.
This tumor seems to be blocking neural impulses from communicating within the brain. We should scan the rest of the clones to see if this is a problem with their base genetic model or a mutation with the current models.
Your scan is incorrect.
But
this clone clearly has a virus that remains undetected. Now leave.
They're gonna kill him.
In a case like this, it is the logical course of action.
We were not created to be disposed of this way.
Perhaps you were.
Do your biopsy. I'm sure what you find will prove Tup does not have to die.
But Nala Se does not believe...
We're not going to Nala Se. We'll go to the General, to Shakti. She helped me once as a cadet. I know she values the life of a clone.
Oh, yeah.
We will be disobeying direct orders.
Yep, for the second time today.
For their training episode? Because Tarkin just wanted to kill him?
Yeah.
It will be a painless death. Soon, all our questions will be answered.
So freaky, aren't they?
Why did the aliens be standing over you if you fucking get abducted?
Yeah. They're like the most alien aliens in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Intruder alert. All non-essential personnel report to a safe room for lockdown.
Do it real quick.
Master Jedi, status report.
Scanners have picked up an intruder in section C6. I'm on my way. Please report to a secure room.
Good work, Casey.
He never... Yeah, it's weird. I've never seen that animation.
If I saw fucking Tamara Horse doing that here.
Yeah.
You might want to turn away for this part.
He gets right in there.
I mean, looks like you're just cutting them open.
Literally what's happening.
Triggered from the medical bay.
Medical bay? It's Fives. Come on.
Is it done?
Okay. Yeah.
What have you done?
We've saved my friend's life. This tumor is the cause of his illness.
Give me that.
You can't be trusted.
Stand down, trooper.
General, I have evidence. It's right here. The mission free. Top mission. Free. The mission.
What is he saying?
What mission? You know the one. The mission. The one in our dreams. That never ends. The one in our dreams. Oh, brother. This is the end. Forget the mission. Oh, the nightmare. I'm... free. No. No. I thought I saved him.
The clone CT-5385 has died.
Such a tragedy.
I recommend we do further tests on this tumor at the Jedi Temple to see if it is the cause of the problem.
Have the tumor sent to the Grand Republic Medical Facility?
The Jedi Council requested the clone.
I think the Chancellor is correct. The Grand Medical Facility is state-of-the-art.
We are in agreement, then?
Yes, sir.
Don't... Come on. You had a lot of bite earlier.
I want to see who played the voice of that droid.
Okay. Ben Diskin. That's familiar. Who is that?
I don't know. It was good. I mean, I think it's kind of an interesting arc.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a little more, I wouldn't call it a spy thriller.
Yeah.
But kind of espionage.
There's like this intrigue element to it. And there was more dialogue in this episode. I look it up and it's like one of the top 4 episodes for dialogue. Like, if you think about it, there's a lot of talking. I don't mean as a criticism. There's a lot of constructive dialogue within the episode.
No, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed those elements with the clones. Because there for a while, I mean, the clones, I always like Django.
Yeah.
And shit like that, but the clones are kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
But they've grown on me over time, especially seeing them in live action, seeing them in Kenobi, the old guy.
Yeah.
You know, the busted clones just hanging out on the street.
Can't get, and they can't get health care. They can't, I think that's one of the things Mon Mothma is trying to get for them as well.
Empire hasn't killed them yet.
Some of that stuff gets explored in another series, The Bad Batch. Yeah.
So it's very cool and it's interesting. I feel like it would be interesting to see those kind of characters fleshed out more in a live action series. So that's grown on me.
Did you enjoy having Nala Se and Lamba Su back? Like, I'm not saying I love those characters, but it's cool.
Oh, the Kaminoans?
Yeah.
It was cool. Yeah, I would have to say it's definitely, it harkens back to when Attack first came out.
Yeah, so, it was great having those voice actors back. I knew the Kaminoans were involved, but I couldn't remember who all knew about it. Like, I knew Lama Su knew.
Well, even they don't have the whole story.
Yeah, they don't have the whole story.
Because they think Tyrannus is a Jedi.
Yes, essentially, yes. Because Cypher Dyas was a Jedi.
Yeah.
And, it's weird.
Yeah, so they are operating, they're compartmentalized.
They're compartmentalized. Those two people have the information.
Yeah, but I'm saying they're compartmentalized even themselves.
Yeah.
They say, okay, you know about the chip. Nobody else should know about the chip because the chip is meant to prevent against rogue Jedi.
Yeah.
So let's keep it between us.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay.
Yeah. And it was cool hearing Cypher Dyas as well.
Him mentioned.
Having mentioned, yeah. No, I liked it. I liked AZT3. He was cool. He was a cool droid. And I thought we're going to get one of those obligatory, like, I wish I had human emotions, and,
But I don't.
Yeah, they turned into like a funny thing.
Yeah.
So I can imagine a writer's thinking, do we go the emotional route or do we go the funny route? It'd be funny if that droid
Jones.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford was sick that day. It was a big badass sword fight, and just,
yeah.
You know what? Why don't I just shoot? That's what your dad would do.
Yeah, it seems like
you know what? Just shoot.
Yeah.
I just see him being in that position.
And of course, we had some character consistency come back from multiple seasons where Shakti was recommending that, I think it was a Bad Batch, or it was definitely, it wasn't the Bad Batch, it was the...
That was early CloneWars, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like season 2.
Yeah.
It was about, I can't remember what they call themselves.
They're cadets or whatever the fuck, though.
Yeah, they were cadets at the time, but they have like a name. I can't remember what they're called.
Yeah, I don't.
There's a few of them have died, and there's just
one was eaten by that big fucking thing and shit. Yeah, I remember.
And Echo, same. Yeah, he went out, and then he was with Tup's dead. If he was in it, I can't remember. But the fact that she was there making those recommendations on behalf of the Jedi Council, I think she was kind of overseeing like maybe the Kaminoan relationship, and I think she's actually like a scientist within the Jedi Order. Like, she's not like a warrior, she's like a scientist.
It's funny that the Kaminoans consider them to be their property.
Yeah, I wonder what...
we're leasing them to you.
Yeah, so I wonder what that view is.
The fucking Republic paying rent on these fucking things, Like a lease agreement? They pay you so many credits, or do they just buy them whole hog, so to speak?
Well, I think that's interesting because both of them were kind of dick measuring like how much they owned the clones.
Yeah.
It's weird because the way slavery is viewed in this world is just a little less tolerant than how we view it. Mm-hmm. Like, it's something that everyone knows about. It's a terrible thing, and it's within the developed worlds. It's not put up with.
Yeah.
But like, I wonder if there's some kind of moral argument that can be made that it's basically we're growing these things, we're enslaving them to fight.
Yeah.
Like, I know there's this stuff where like clones can leave, but they have to basically still work for the Republic.
Yeah.
They can't just freeload, you know what I mean? Mm. But they're bred and designed to want to fight. So that's also like, is it good to raise...
Yeah, because they're not pure clones. Only Django is, right?
Boba Fett's the only pure clone, yeah.
Yeah. Boba.
Yeah, it's interesting to think, like, well, is it ethical to make someone want to be a slave, to give them attributes, to make them want to be taking orders? And I don't know, I feel like something like Andor could explore that. You know what I mean? Because I think that's the type of show that can do it in a good way.
Yeah, makes sense.
I think this was cool, like the dick measuring between them, and like the line of who owns who, and I thought that was actually done very well. Something that in season 1 would not have been tolerated because the kids were like, "Fuck this!"
Yeah,
and then we wouldn't have got any more.
What am I watching?
Anyways, I think that's it, guys. We appreciate it. Much love. We're out of here.